Hey guys, JB here. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Super pumped to be with you. And I got another workflow video today. As you know, we do all kinds of different videos here, but I think the coolest thing that I'm finding as this channel is starting to grow is all the cool people I'm meeting. It's so awesome. I appreciate you subscribing, liking the video if you like the content or the energy that I'm putting out there, and just everything about this. Now, one of the things people were asking me for is more direct, remarkable videos. So what I'm going to do is I've got the camera zoomed in. I'm going to try to do the best I can in 3 areas with the ReMarkable that are workflow. One is a simple way that I do my to-dos in the morning. Now, I wrote the Sacred Six. This isn't the exact philosophy and taking the mission, the values, and goals and breaking it all the way down, but it is a way that I use to really get the kind of just what I need to do in the morning. The second thing, just some overall note kind of ideas and how I take notes on the ReMarkable. And then finally the third, I did a video on this the other day on the study schedule, but I want to go in depth a little bit because it was hard to see. So let's go ahead and jump in the ReMarkable right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a good look at kind of the workflow, and I'm going to try to do a better job of capturing it on the camera because I can't share the ReMarkable screen on my computer. So let's go ahead and take a look at this now. We're going to start with the first thing, and that is setting up your day. Okay, I got the camera a little bit zoomed in so you can kind of see. Now, one of the things I would tell you is if you're getting the ReMarkable 2 or you're getting the ReMarkable 1 is you make sure you set up your folder structure. This is the primary basis of all of the ReMarkable, and really important you understand your folder structure. I'm not going to get into like the live and some of the other things. We're going to go through some of just the basics that I really use it for. The Sacred Six is a book I wrote, and I want to go into kind of basically setting up some daily to-dos. I actually use the square paper here, and as you can see, I really like the squares, and basically I'm always trying to find a couple things that need to get done, and this is what I do. I put the date up here, whatever it is, May 30th, whatever, 2020, you know, whenever you're watching this, right? And then I put my to-dos, and I keep it simple, and I like this square box. Now, just to step back 1 second, let's go ahead and close this. When we're starting off, you basically need to make a folder, and then you got to create a notebook, right? So the folders, let's go all the way back, are these specific sections, or basically the way to think about this is your notebooks, right? These are the different, really the folders that hold the notebooks. I guess that's the best way to say it. So when I go into my Sacred Six, these are all different documents or notebooks if you think of a binder. Now, if I want to create a new notebook, I'm going to now look at the different types of templates. And this is really important because you can actually buy them. You can actually create a PDF that you can bring in. And I think this is really important because each of these are different types of templates that you can bring into the thing. So you have creative ideas, which, I mean, all kinds of stuff, as you can see here, different perspectives. You have grids, which I was saying before, and again, I use the grid small. You have some life and organization. We're going to talk about that in a minute, and some of these weekly planners and some storyboarding. And then you have lines, and you can see that that's what I use for my general notes, which we'll go into in a minute. But again, let's go ahead and cancel that, and I'm keeping this just up here on top because I want you to be able to see everything. So as you create your notebook, you then pick whatever template you want. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that since I already have a notebook, and we're going to see that I picked this small star one. And I closed that, I didn't mean to. So if I go to a new page, then I just kind of write down what I want. And if I want to, I go back and forth to look at what I had yesterday. Typically, this is like a notebook, meaning each of these pages is a new page. Okay, and again, I'm talking more productivity here than what this device can do or the ReMarkable 2. I just want to show you for a real case example. So then I just write down the things that I want to get done. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The second thing is on any general note taking. So again, you go into your files and you're going to build what area that you're working on, right? So YouTube is let's just go into YouTube here. And here I have a couple notebooks, right? So when I create a new notebook for something new that I want to do, I go in and I create notebook. I use the margin small just because it works for me. I'm not going to change the name. I'm just going to go into it. I'm going to go ahead and click this and enter it and create it, okay? And now that this is created, I have lined paper. Now this allows me to make notes on here. You know, this is a note. And I find the main functions that I use, and there's a little lag on here, is eraser. Okay, that'll erase. I use that a lot. And I typically use the fine liner. I just like the fine liner. That's what I use. So if you click in here, you got different types of pens and pencils and paintbrushes that you can use. I use the fine liner. So this is a note, right? So I go back to the old Stephen Covey days when he would say that you need to keep your notes all in one place. This is where I do it. So if I have a phone number for the day, like 954-666, whatever it is, and you have the date up here, I think we said we're on May 30th, whatever day we're playing around with, right? Then you would just start creating your notes. Now, since that note is done, you could then go ahead and go over here to May 31st and just start creating notes. But I think the main thing I wanted to show you is you can see this kind of small version. I'm going to go ahead and erase the whole page. This whole page is the lines is just a really good notebook. I mean, it just works as a notebook, okay? And again, you can select too, which is another way. I use this a lot to erase and select. So again, for general note-taking, pen and pencil, or ReMarkable pen, it works really, really well. I just love the format of it, and it works. Now let's go into the last thing, setting up a lesson plan. So again, if we go to our menu, and you have something you're studying, like for me, it's guitar. I've talked a little bit about this, but I go into music, and then I go into like my weekly, I've got a song list, which is then the lines, right? But then let's look at a weekly plan. So a weekly plan, again, is a template, and you can see that you can write down the things that you're going to work on for the week. So for me, every Friday, I take a look at what's going on and say, okay, what am I going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? And in each of your folders, you can have your weekly plan. And as you can see, I just click a button, and I'm ready to start a fresh week. So at the end of the year, you should have 52 of these like lesson plans or your homework. I mean, if I'm in college, I can think about putting my classes. On Monday, I got Spanish 101. Wednesday, I have Spanish 101. And Friday, I have Spanish 101. Remember, it's kind of broken down, and these are the homework. This is what it's really good for, like using it as a planner. This works out really, really well. Okay, so for building study and schedules, this is great. And again, you can actually get pre-made templates. You can make your own in like Canva and upload them. But it is a really great way to work, and it works real well, right? And so the three things that I want you to take away if you're looking at buying a ReMarkable today is to look, one, at how can I, does it work for my notes? Yes, this is not an iPad. It's not something you're going to look for emails on. It's basically your note taker. So again, Sacred 6, I go into my daily to-dos, boom, I have it right here. There's a little bit of lag. I'm hoping the ReMarkable 2 is a little bit faster, but it does work, right? But you can kind of see, then I got my squared paper here, and I can do whatever I want. Sometimes I'll make notes on this right side. I'll put my to-dos, and then as I'm working, I kind of come back to this. I also have a template for the Sacred 6 journal. I'll do that later. But for now, this is just the basics. Okay, you can see that. So that's one thing. Then we have general note-taking, and we can come back in, and you look at all your files. Again, your folders are how you're organized. And then you can go into whatever you're working on. And I said YouTube, or you can create a journal, right? But then you got your notebook, and you have the lines. You can do a journal, whatever you want. You can storyboard if you're a screenwriter. This just gets you to focus, right? Because you're in here, and you're on here, and you're writing like paper. And then, like I said, the final thing that I wanted to show you today, for those of you that are thinking about this, is to look at the idea of weekly setting up of things. And that comes into your weekly plan, and you can kind of set things up. They even have a musical score, which is really cool if you're into music. And there's all kinds of templates that you can put in here, and then you can use. Again, my tips are I like the fine liner. It's just what I use. I don't like the mechanical pencil. I use the eraser more than anything. That's what I use. A lot of these other layers and other things I don't use. I'm not an artist. I'm more of a productivity guy, and that's why I'm sharing all these tips with you. So I hope you can see that a little bit better. A lot of people have asked me to really zoom in, and you can kind of see how this works. Again, there's a little bit of a lag, but it's pretty quick. It works pretty good. I mean, it's not horrible, and you can see I can kind of go through things pretty quick. Okay, so that's a little bit more on the ReMarkable today to help you kind of understand it a little bit more. Okay, I hope that helped you out a little bit and really understand the ReMarkable. I'm trying to get to all the comments below. I've been getting so many great comments on the videos. And again, I do all kinds of videos, but these people are really receptive to, and I want to make sure you're getting your questions answered, especially if you're going to go buy the ReMarkable 2, which many people are. If you haven't watched my last video, the one I did before this, it's on the ReMarkable versus the iPad and the differences that I think they are. I think it's a really good kind of a video to watch if you're weighing those two options, right? Because you're trying to figure out, is it this device or that device? And I really go into that. And the comments in that section are really good. As I'm doing more and more YouTube, I'm finding the comments are awesome. And by you leaving comments, actually, you're adding to this channel and adding to other people. Look, I'm not right in everything that I do, and I'm sure you have better ideas, especially the wonderful ReMarkable community, a lot of the people that I'm meeting. And I would love to see those comments down below because that helps other people that are really making this decision. And as more of us get this device and start using it more and more, I would love to keep bringing people together and helping you understand it so you do get the most out of your investment in the device, right? That's really what it's about. So I will keep bringing you videos. I'm trying to do videos almost every single day. As always, I appreciate the subs and the likes. If you click like on the video, it helps me. And I'll bring more workflow ideas. But today, just think about, can I set up my day, keep all my notes in different folders and organize them, and then maybe set up some study schedules? I think that alone is worth the price of the ReMarkable and using it, especially if you're a writing person that really likes to write. It will help you eliminate paper. And we haven't even got into the PDFs and the reading of books and all the other things you can do. But primarily what I showed you today is what I use the ReMarkable for 90% of the time. When the ReMarkable 2 comes out, I know I'll be using it more as an ebook reader. I'm going to be doing some more videos on that. But right now, the device serves its purpose, sits on my desk. I know where my notes are. It gets uploaded to the cloud. If I need to grab them, I can grab them from there. And it just integrates real well into the workflow that I've designed for my life. So as always, I appreciate you watching the video. It's awesome to meet you. It's awesome to have you here. And I will be bringing a lot more to you. Okay, so go have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.